Hey there folks, I'm MysteriousJG and welcome back to Let's Play Red Dead Redemption. We're closing in on the end of the story, and we are close enough that it might be time to start thinking about whether we're going to do any other side stuff before we wrap this whole thing up. And while I don't feel a huge compulsion to play horseshoes and all the different kinds of gambling, I know we haven't done Mumbly Peg at all, or Five Finger Fillet or whatever it's called. But there are some things that might be fun we haven't done, like I don't know exactly how many Maranzano posts. Well, actually, let's do Five Finger Fillet. Where are we at? We are we're all the way up here. If I say Five Finger Fillet is close. It wouldn't be difficult to do one of those real quick, because I don't remember having ever done one, but it's sitting around waiting for us to try out. Meanwhile, I got my washing machine and my dishwasher going right now, so hopefully that is not audible to you guys. I got the headphone speakers turned up extra loud on my own ears to compensate. But yeah, I figured we'd do a video of just, I don't know. I mean, one thing I know we haven't done is, there's plenty more wanted posters that we could do if we just wanted to get some extra money. There's a general store which might be selling maps or things of interest.
Hello there, Mr. Marston.
Hey, buddy. Could max out our fame. Our fame is pretty dang high.
Hey there. Hello there. Hello.
Hello there.
I saw the prettiest
I heard
girl
John
the other
Marston
day.
done betrayed his old
How
friend.
are you, mister?
I mean, what sort of person
Making a
does
trip?
thing like that?
I'm jealous.
Oh, they guys are talking smack about me
Yeah, you're all set.
murdering my old gang. Seems to me like they ought to just leave that well enough alone.
I think that's good for now.
So we bought a map of tall trees, which we had not had before.
Broken trees waiting for some lucky bastard.
And that will have the impact of revealing all the locations in tall trees, which I don't know how many there are. Tall trees is kind of like the back-ass end of nowhere in this game. So we have not, as far as I can remember, we haven't done Five Finger Fillet and we haven't done arm wrestling. We have done Liar's Dice, and I don't know that we need to show off different card games. Then again, if I was going to be compelled to do this, I barely played the card game in I barely played the card game that is a part of Fallout New Vegas at all, and that LP's like 800 videos long, so. But I showcased one game of horseshoes. It wouldn't hurt to do one game of Five Finger Fillet. I do not remember how to do this at all, but that should mean we get a tutorial. I would think that.
You are not so special, Marston.
Maybe these guys don't seem to like us, though. You are not so special, Marston, he said. Well, if they don't want to play, or if it's the wrong time of day or something. Oh, also, while hunting for beaver, I found 2 treasure chests. Not like the official treasure like you find through a map. Just chests that are hanging around in the wilderness. Okay, looks like the game doesn't want us to do Five-Fingered Fillet right now. So maybe that only happens at certain times of day. I'm almost positive. I think Lethal did that in his Let's Play of this game, so you can always go check that out instead. That's right, plugging somebody else's Let's Play. I didn't watch Lethal's all the way through. I watched a little bit of it. And, yeah, I think he did. Hey, is that guy selling newspapers? We haven't bought a newspaper in a long time. Be a great way to kill a video. It's not so much that I don't want to advance the story. It's just that I feel like there are certain things that might not make sense for us to be doing once we've advanced. So let's zoom in. Bank robbery foiled by government agents. Your tax dollars hard at work. Dutch Van der Linde's reign of terror and violence in West Elizabeth shows no sign of subsiding. Even though Van der Linde's body is not identified among the dead, many gang members, including some natives, were killed. Sanchez's government falls. Suddenly, Mexico has a new president. General Ignacio Sanchez's government was swept from power yesterday as supporters of Abraham Reyes ransacked the president's palace, and Mr. Reyes assumed control of the country. After weeks of fighting in and around the capital, food riots across the country, and bloody battles being fought in many provinces, events turned quickly when the 5th Mexican Cavalry Division, which maintains a large garrison near the capital, switched its allegiance from General Sanchez to Mr. Reyes, following Mr. Reyes' promise to increase army pay and double leave. General Sanchez is believed to have fled the capital and gone into hiding, although conflicting reports suggest he may have been killed in bloody fighting. Mr. Reyes noted that this was a great day for Mexico. Finally, my people, the people of this proud and valiant land, are free. A new golden age for our country is just beginning. First, we need a period of stability, and then elections and a place on the world stage. Mr. Reyes then announced a 3-day fiesta, declaring a national holiday. Rioting continued across much of the country, while internal reports suggest up to 100,000 may have died in the conflict. We have toilet water and perfume. We have unrest in the east. Great Britain versus Germany. British nation's power upon the sea has long been unapproached. However, a great rival is rising. Long as Germany desired expansion, reports indicate the country is laying heavier and heavier levies upon her people in order to fund the formation of a mighty navy. Interesting. This, of course, we're not too far removed from World War I as this game happens. The miracle of the telephone. Critics complain the telephone has made our citizens lazy and unable to read or watch. It's a little early for that criticism, because it's not like we've got digital watches yet. Birth control technique refuted. Members of clergy strongly denounced the North American Birth Control League for spreading health misinformation and lies. Leaders responded that such misdeeds and misinformation is similar to that of pagan Rome, where babies were put to death for idle pleasure. We marry and lay with one another only to produce children, Reverend Adair Agatha told this publication. The blasphemous statements by the League turned marriage chamber into a pleasure-seeking brothel. Half of Americans living in cities. This is, again, part of the broader theme of the game. The West is dying. Got bicycles. Massacre at the wreck of the Serendipity. We're just talking about Darwinian selection. Federal government increases taxes, extends reach further. Dr. Lester's Everhold, pomade, safety coffin, saves young bride. Weakened mercifully having been in a state of... Oh wow, this woman was dead and buried and they brought her back. Sailor doll. Indestructible head, moving eyes with real hair and teeth. That's terrifying. Professor advocates prairie preservation. Aeroplane flies from coast to coast in under 30 days. Don't you look fine and dandy? For all your dynamite needs, both professional and recreational, visit the Manzana Trading Company. Term between 10 and 14 years of age sought for mining work. Good wages and conditions. Must be slender and comfortable with confined spaces. Muriel Scranton, loving wife of Joseph Scranton, was killed by a gunshot wound. She was the one that was murdered by Dutch. Volcanic pistol, certificate of horse deeds. Unwed and childless ladies, why not learn a career? Telegraph operating classes twice weekly at the Blackwater Post Office. Blackwater Bank manager Mr. Harmon Weinstein has been found dead near a broken tree. We are told that he will be missed by some. The East Asia Corn and Bunion Annihilator. Deals with genital sores. And that's the Blackwater Ledger for you. There are also old papers we can buy.
Howdy there, friend.
Apparently I missed a paper.
Thank you.
But I don't get to read the old papers. I still find that confusing.
Drag you in, sir.
I guess I do get to read old newspapers. I just have to find them. People missing in Colorado Springs. Jolly Jack's Plug Tobacco. Williamson Gang. Lucky children growing up in factories. Civil unrest in New Mexico. Hats of distinction for ladies. Kidnapped woman found alive. Landon Ricketts rumored alive. Perhaps the legends of the Old West do live on into this modern century. Another civil war in Mexico. I guess, yeah, you do get to shoot out at Fort Mercer. So I don't want to spend a whole video on this, but you do get to go read the old church group protest Skelton. Local church groups protested outside the laboratory of Dr. Hayden Preston this week. The scientists who announced a human fossil linking man ancestry with great apes stayed in seclusion. Yeah. Monster tapeworms. No female doctors. Tyrannical governor overthrown. Is Sanchez next? I think we did miss that. New federal government agency does exist. New governor comes under attack. Federal government officers were quick to point out that they had not in fact lied when denying the existence of a national level crime fighting authority, the name of which they refused to reveal to reporters. The spokesman, who insisted on remaining nameless, suggested that this agency is not there to stop criminal activity. It is there to investigate it once it has occurred. That way it will keep both the prisons and execution industries in business. Dutch Vanderland spotted. Temperance Crusaders. Woman arrested for indecent attire. Gertrude Singer was arrested for indecent dress. She repeatedly refused to wear a corset as is deemed proper attire, for her chemise was often visible below her petticoats. Two sets of curtains and sensational tale of forbidden love. Wow. Wanted outlaw Bill Williamson has been found dead. Captain Vincent DeSanta of the Mexican Army has been reported deceased, age 34 years. Abundance is everywhere. I don't see anything that says anything. Tapeworm custody battle. Electric belt cures diseases. All right, that's good enough.
Hear about how Marston shot a preacher in the back? Hear Marston saves women, and then he has his way with them.
Here, Marston saves women and has his way with them.
Get some liquor for tonight.
So long.
Goodbye then.
240 alive, 170 dead. All right, well, we'll accept the bounty and try to capture this dude alive. Good, if we can capture him alive. That'll be worth some money. We can pull it off. Oh, there's a horse right there, so... Like, as soon as I whistle, I see it on the map. So, he's in Dutch's gang, so this is going to be a fairly dangerous target, I'm sure. Oh, I haven't actually switched, haven't actually made him our target, which will make it kind of tough to get to him. Well, there don't seem to be good roads through this area, but there's plenty of elk. And a boar. And another boar. They're crushing boars. Sorry, buddy, I got a bounty target I'm going after. I was being attacked by wolves. Oops. Holy crap. Damn. This wolf was, that bear was dedicated to finding me and taking me out.
Where are you, Dakota?
As was that guy. Well, if I can get Dakota alive, it'll be worth some extra money, but I'm not gonna go crazy with the effort. This is interesting. They're coming down.
That ain't
They're actually coming after me.
This is where it is, buddy. Right here.
So they're coming at me. Like, his guards all came after me. That's pretty awesome, actually. Unless... Is he running? Oh, he's running down this way. Oh, I didn't mean to kill him. I didn't mean to kill him. I shot his leg and then I was trying to shoot the horse and I just got confused. So, well... That... I'm annoyed with myself because certainly I had a better opportunity to take him alive than I do with most of these guys because his guards actually came after me before he charged out. And because there was only one place for him to retreat to, that was like an ideal situation to take him alive, and I kind of messed it up. Now, there are, of course, more guys that would be somewhat more challenging to deal with if I was carrying his body, which I can probably just flee from with speed now and not be much of a problem. And as it is, I'm not gonna... Like, if I get killed here, I'll redo it. But if I get out of here alive, I'll just accept that I didn't... I will accept that it didn't go ideally. Oh, hopefully I won't run off a cliff, though. Oh, I'm angering a lot of bears. I guess they're just not gonna let me go.
Come on, come on. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, this was not ideal. Dead would have been worth twice as much money as alive, and I'm quite a ways away from having enough money to buy that last piece of property. That being said, nothing really great happens when you get a new property in this game, and... Oh, damn it. Be able to outrun him. There we go. I mean, I got Warhorse. I gave up my privacy to Rockstar Games just so I could have a horse this wonderful that I wouldn't have to worry about losing all the time because I can just spawn another one. Now, there was another wanted poster in Blackwater that we could try to go deal with. I feel a little bad that Dakota, we couldn't bring him in alive. I know Revolver Ocelot's disappointed, but boy, there's a lot of guys. I don't think we would be able to maintain this speed if we were carrying another guy on our horse. And there's a lot of guys have spawned to try to stop us from getting him back to town. Or just to try to stop us from getting back to town, since Dakota's obviously dead. So we come over to Fake Agent Ross.
Nice job.
Nice job. I'll get out of here before we accidentally spawn this mission. Because I don't want to do this mission.
Yeah.
So he got added to our bounties dead list, unfortunately. Even though we wanted to capture him alive. Well, there's somebody over here who wants help.
Anyone?
What is it, friend?
Some damn thief just took my horse.
I'm really getting sick of all these horse thieves. It's happening kind of a lot.
Slow down. Yeah.
And this guy started off pretty far away.
Come on. That'll teach you.
Catch up to this horse before it ends up running off a cliff. But, you know, if it gets us some money, that's the thing that I care about right now, because I'm trying to save up for one more house before we call this a series. Before we do this, the mission that gets us Dutch Vanderland and wraps up the game, more or less.
Let's go.
Well, if I'm going to be reunited with my wife and family, I better do lots of bounty hunter missions. Also play any five-finger fillet I'm going to play before that happens.
I think this one's yours, partner.
Much appreciated, friend.
Give me some money. Don't I get any money? $23. Well, it's not nothing. But it's like a tenth what I would have earned if I'd managed to capture Dakota alive. And like a 20th of, or a fifth of what I got since I couldn't capture him alive. Now, there was another wanted poster somewhere around this town, if I recall correctly. But I guess you got to be fairly close to them before you notice them on your map.
I'll not let criminals run free of
Or maybe I'm just not remembering how wanted posters work and we have to wait a certain amount of time before one will show up. But I'm almost positive there was a wanted poster around here that I've been ignoring. Yeah, there it is. And we haven't done any of the wanted missions that were available down in Mexico. I'm sure there were some. But they give our fame a little boost, and that's a good thing.
Hello there.
Isaiah Greeley. Petty theft? They want him dead or alive, huh? It's a pretty rough town. Sure is easier to take him dead than alive, but we will see what we can do. Wow, he's a goodly ways away, too. Maybe we'll just ride out of town and camp and call it a video and teleport out there. That might be wise. I guess that's considered town. There we go. Alright, so just trying to grab a few extra bucks to kind of be interested to see if we can save up and earn that piece of property. We'll have to see, folks, if that's going to be a thing. In the meantime, we will travel to the waypoint, and we'll pick this back up. Well, got a couple minutes left. And I got to call this one a short video, and we're gonna pick up next time with another bounty mission. I'm MysteriousJG. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.